Hello everyone, we back again.
Hey guys.
It's Lex.
You got Lo.
It's Lex.
You got Lo.
I said it's Lex.
You got Lo. We have special guests with us
Very
today.
special guests today.
Our leaders in our ministry. You have Prophetess, Geraldine Dozier, Apostle, Benio Dozier.
AKA Ben and Jerry.
You got Ben and Jerry.
Ben and Jerry. Yeah. And I ain't talking about ice cream either.
No, it's good though, right?
They're better than that,
It's
yeah.
good, the ice cream?
I love ice cream, yeah.
But so then we are talking about marriage. So that's the topic today.
Very important topic.
They have some great wisdom to give. Before we have questions, so before we get into the questions, Apostle, Ben, he has a book called Marriage is Work. Who told you it wasn't?
Very good
An awesome book. If you've been married 40 years, 2 years, 6 months, you're thinking about getting married, read the book.
Very good
awesome
book.
wisdom, great revelation.
And I'm still reading the book to this day.
Reading. So, Apostle, why do you say marriage is work?
Well, let me first say on behalf of my little lady right here that I want to thank you guys so much for inviting us on you guys' show.
Thank you.
It's really great show. And the reason why I've written the book is because of 42 years of marriage. I learned that going through that dating process and then getting engaged, you really still don't want to know each other. And once you get married, that's where the process starts.
Okay.
And it's a lot of work and really knowing each other. Allowing each other to discover certain things about themselves that they don't really know about themselves. So that's one of the main reasons why I've written that book. Because it's work and knowing each other, but it's all fun.
And like I said, being married for 2 years, you have a lot of experience under your belt.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And also to add to what he said, when you are dating, back to the part where he said dating, we put a lot, and don't think that we put a lot of work into dating. We think about what we're going to wear, how we're going to look when we do things. But then when we get married, we lose that concept of work.
We get comfortable.
We get comfortable. That's a good one. You get very comfortable, and you don't realize that it's going to take the same thing, and even more of what you started with to keep it going.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's true.
You got to keep that work going.
You got to keep it going. So in 40 years, so 42 years.
42.
2 years for us. So
42 years for us.
and 2 years for us. How do you love someone that long? And how do you still like that individual after 15 years?
Well, let me just say, that'll be a very good question. I really believe this. It starts off with becoming friends.
I do
If
too.
you can really become friends, then you'll be able to stay until death do you part.
Yeah.
And you guys, not only just stay together, but you have to be to love each other until death do you part.
Because friends like each other.
They do.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially if you're best friends.
Right.
That's
If you're best friends, so I would always advise if you're in a dating process or if you're in a dating stage, allow that person, if you feel like it's going to go further, allow that person, you talk about being friends first. Try to develop a really good friendship if you're going to take it further, because that's going to be the glue, I would say.
Oh, yes.
That keeps it together.
That keeps it going.
Or you can say it like this, that's going to be the jelly between your biscuits. We'll probably does it. Have a little fun, guys.
That's awesome. So, in the process of dating each other, like I said, it's 42 years, that's a long time. But in the process of that, how do you know if you married the right person? Because sometimes people be scared to go to the next step.
No, you're right. That's true. Well, I would say it's a combination of God Himself revealing it to you, and then you allowing the Spirit of God to give you that prompt, that unctioning within your spirit that this is the one.
Yeah.
Then it's time then to say, I do.
I do.
But I said no.
We sure did.
But after a while, and that only because of the concept that I had of marriage from growing up, and all the negative things. I just figured, no, marriage is not for me. I've already said this is not gonna work. So why waste my time? But after a while, I realized that, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
Wait, so when you've been married this long, Marlo and I, we're still new to this.
Okay.
Very new. 2 years, we're still in our honeymoon stage, how do you not lose your own identity? So you've done a lot individually. How do you not lose your own identity in marriage?
Well, I would say the first thing is that your spouse got to give you the freedom to discover your own identity.
Oh, wow, that's
And
good.
if you try to force it, try to force the spouse to allow you to discover your own identity, then I think that's when you wind up losing it.
Okay.
But if the spouse give you that freedom to say, like she did me, she said, well, this is Benny. And she embraced all of me because she helped me discover that this is me. And vice versa, I did the same thing with her.
Yes, he did. He allowed me to discover things about myself. One thing that I really love about, he pushed me, you know, into knowing who I was, brought the good out of me. And when you start discovering yourself, and discovering your identity, you're going to see some negative things, but you don't allow that to outweigh the good part, you know, of it. So you want to pull the best out. That's what you're looking for, the best.
So you pull the best out of your friend.
Yes.
Yeah, you really do.
Yes, it's good.
And like I say, being married for 42 years, it's a long time, and I know y'all have, you know, a lot of disagreements. So when it comes to decision making, you know, as a man, sometimes we feel like, you know, because I'm the man, I make the final decision.
Yeah.
Does it work like that?
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
But let me just keep it real. Now, I was raised without a dad, so when I got married, I was 21 years old. My whole concept of being the head, of being the covering, it was not quite the way it should be.
Okay.
So then I learned that over the process of time that yes, I am the head, I am a covering, but allow the best idea to work.
Yeah.
So if it comes from her or it comes from me, then we're gonna come in agreement that okay, let's let this idea work.
Yeah.
Now, if it comes to a case where we both is bumping heads like that, I think that is when she should submit and say, well, honey, if you want to be like this, then I'm going to go with that.
Right.
That's awesome.
And I think also too, when it comes down to decision making, most of the time we focus on what we want. And I'll just use myself as an example. You know, when it comes down to something I want to do, I want to do it. You know, and if it's not in agreement with what he wants to do, you know, I still want to do it. But I've come to learn that if I want to do something and he'd be saying, well, honey, I don't think we should do that, you know, right now because he wants to do this, that, and the other. And so I begin to say, okay, it's not what I want now, but it's what he's trying to do for us in the future.
Yeah.
So I would rather have the future and still have what I want, but just at a later date.
So he delayed you, but he didn't deny you.
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Well, 2 years.
2 years. I learned that in 2 years.
That's good stuff. So, Apostle, you mentioned the word submit. Submit, when you hear that word, it's, some people take it.
Especially for women.
For when
They don't like the word.
I know I have. You know, when I heard
me
that
too.
word, I looked at it as negative. Like someone telling me what to do and telling me what I can't do.
Yes.
And that word is just not always looked upon as a good word. So what do you think submit really means?
Well, I would start off saying that, you know, it means what it means to the individual based on their past. You know, they have already defined what submit is by their environment, their culture, how they grew up, what happened. And so unless they have something else to compare it to, it's going to always be or have a negative connotation to it.
So it's not that person telling me as a woman that I don't have a voice in my marriage.
It's not. But if that's what you have defined it as, that's what it will always be.
Submission is not something you force.
It's good.
Submission is all about love. You submit because you love, not because you're forced to.
That's really good.
Yeah, because that's what friends do.
That's what friends do.
Yeah, if you have a really good friend, you know, you guys want to do something or go somewhere, you have a little well, you know, okay, we'll do it this way. You just submit it.
Just submit.
You know, so that's why the friend part of the marriage is so vital, because we naturally will flow with friends.
Yes.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Get some good
And that's why they've been married
42 years. We on our way.
We on our way. We got a lot to learn.
A lot to learn.
But that's why we brought them here today to talk about marriage, to give us some wisdom, and I'm sure someone that's watching, you know, can gain from their wisdom as well. So we just thank them for coming and just giving us what we need. You have been a great example for us, and you know, just watching you all. Being under your teaching, you know, listening to your counseling, it's just
so much.
It has helped us to have an awesome 2 years.
You guys are doing an awesome job.
Awesome
job. So
really great.
Yeah, so we want to thank you. And if you enjoyed this video, you know, please subscribe to our channel. It's called the Lex Lo Show. And thank you again for watching. You got